Welcome, my friend. Please, enter my study, sit with me, and hear the tale of the weeping woman of Flitwick Manor. Step into the world of the practical ghost hunter, and you'll find yourself navigating the eerie geography of British hauntings. A realm teeming with haunted rooms and chambers, each immortalised in the annals of psychical research. Notable houses, castles and stately homes boast their own individual haunted rooms, where paranormal occurrences seem to converge. Among the countless enigmatic locations, some stand out like ancient guardians of spectral secrets. For instance, Glamis Castle harbours a rumoured secret chamber once inhabited by a disfigured monster, shrouded in mystery. Then there's Willington Mill, Craigievar Castle, Chingle Hall and Samford Orcus Manor House, all with their own haunting tales that echo through the ages. Across the Atlantic, America's infamous Amityville Horror strikes a chilling chord. Nestled on Long Island, New York, 112 Ocean Avenue witnessed the gruesome tragedy of a family slain by their own kin in 1974. The aftermath of this horrifying event became a breeding ground for a plethora of paranormal phenomena, demonic possession, poltergeist activity, and haunting tales that sent shivers down the spines of the curious. Unearthed within this house of horrors was the Red Room, a secret basement chamber emanating a palpable presence that even a loyal family dog dared not enter. This sensational case, popularised by Jay Anson's gripping book and subsequent films, continues to spark intense debate among researchers who question the veracity of the Lutz family claims. But in a quaint corner of England lies the curious case of Flitwick Manor. Once a private abode, it now stands as a luxurious hotel. Among its intriguing history, a haunting story unfurls, one that boasts compelling evidence of paranormal phenomena. Witness accounts collected and aired on the esteemed Strange But True television programme during the 1990s narrate an astonishing tale that could rival any plotline from a gripping film or novel. In the realm of psychical research, truth turns out to be stranger than fiction. As the ghost hunter ventures into these spectral landscapes, they unravel the enigmatic threads that weave through time, perpetuating the allure of the unknown and the haunting beauty of a world that lingers beyond the grasp of our senses. The enchanting village of Flitwick nestles 9 miles northwest of Luton in the picturesque county of Bedfordshire. This charming village boasts a captivating history that stretches back to the ancient Doomsday times. In its early days, the esteemed manor of Flitwick belonged to the noble Earls of Albemarle, but as time unfolded, fate played its hand, and the manor found new ownership. Enter King Charles I, who decided to part ways with this splendid property, and sold it to none other than the bustling city of London. However, in the early 1630s, the manor found itself in the hands of an ambitious individual, rather Bondesquely named Edward Blofeld. With dreams of a new and remarkable abode for himself and his loved ones, Edward set about constructing a magnificent house. This original manor was a quaint 2-storey building that underwent remarkable transformations over the years. Fast forward to the year 1735, and the house, along with its vast estate, had passed into the ownership of the Dell family. The Dell family, with an eye for change, undertook a marvellous programme of alterations, adding their unique touch to the already impressive manor. And then, in 1783, the manor exchanged hands once more, finding its way into the possession of the Brooks family through a fortuitous marriage between George Brooks and Anne Fisher. Anne had inherited the house as part of a settlement from a previous marriage. Over the years, the Brooks family left an indelible mark on Flitwick Manor. George Brooks and his son John Thomas Brooks were fervent enthusiasts of the horticultural arts. Their passion culminated in the creation of a splendid botanical garden, a mesmerising haven of nature's wonders. But it was John Thomas Brooks' daughter, the remarkable Mary Ann Brooks, who took the legacy to new heights. In her short life, she demonstrated an unparalleled knowledge of plants and their medicinal properties. Tragically, she departed this world at the tender age of 26, leaving behind a herbarium that survives to this day, a testament to her passion and dedication. For nearly 150 years, the Brooks family's stewardship of Flitwick Manor remained unbroken until the early 1930s, when the estate transitioned into private hands. Strangely enough, it was during their tenure that the seeds of the eerie haunting, which would later cast its ghostly shadow over the manor, were sown. In 1990, the splendid Grade II listed manor house found new ownership as it was acquired by a prestigious hotel chain. Subsequent refurbishment work began in the autumn of 1994, breathing new life into the historic building to suit its grand new purpose. During this process, a remarkable discovery was made that added an air of mystery to the already captivating narrative. Hidden away in the attic area, behind a concealed small doorway, lay a secret room that had been veiled behind brickwork for an unknown duration. It appeared that this enigmatic chamber had once been accessible from inside the manor itself, with traces of a second blocked-up doorway adding to the intrigue. The revelation of this clandestine room seemed to set forth a chain of events that would send shivers down the spines of those inhabiting Flitwick Manor. Unexplainable incidents, eerie happenings, and inexplicable disturbances haunted the old house, as if something dormant had been unleashed after countless years of quiet seclusion. One fateful night, John Hines, a purchasing director on a brief overnight stay after a business conference, became the first witness to this otherworldly phenomenon. As the clock neared 1 a.m, Hines retired to his room, seeking rest after a long day. However, his tranquility was short-lived when a sudden thump on the bed startled him. Struggling to make sense of it, he switched on the bedside lamp, only to find nothing out of the ordinary. Attempting to shake off the incident and drift off to sleep, Hines was soon confronted by a shuffling sound creeping towards his bed. Alarmed, he flicked the light on again, only to behold the clear outline of a female figure sitting just a few feet away. The room was bathed in an eerie aura, and the woman seemed lost in her own world, oblivious to Hines' presence. As he watched in disbelief, the apparition slowly faded away into nothingness, leaving him terrified and bewildered. The following morning, Hines checked out of Flitwick Manor with a firm resolve never to return, his mind unable to comprehend what he had experienced. "I'm a skeptic," he confessed, "but I can't find any other explanation for what I saw." Yet John Hines was not alone in encountering the spectral woman. The very next night, Lydia Dawson, the hotel receptionist, found herself unwittingly embroiled in the enigmatic saga. Oblivious to the previous night's events, she retired to her room on the second floor, designated for staff sleepovers. In the wee hours, Lydia awoke to an unsettling sight. An old woman with ghostly white hair, dressed in an antiquated and sombre attire, standing next to her bed. Overwhelmed by terror, Lydia noticed that the woman appeared deeply distressed, exuding an aura of profound grief. Initially paralysed with fear, she eventually mustered the courage to flee from her bed, her heart pounding wildly. Rushing into the brightly lit corridor, Lydia took several minutes to gather her nerve and return to the room. To her shock, all the lights in her room were now switched on, but the mournful woman had vanished without a trace. The eerie phantom woman's appearance left Lydia deeply shaken, and she struggled to find a rational explanation for the inexplicable events that unfolded before her. The haunted Flitwick Manor seemed to hold a lingering mystery, one that would continue to confound and terrify those who dared to cross its threshold. The encounters with the otherworldly inhabitants left guests questioning the boundaries of reality, forever entwining the manor's history with the whispers of the supernatural. Sonia Banks, the acting manager of Flitwick Manor at the time, had an unsettling and bizarre experience, much like Lydia Dawson and the other hotel staff members. One evening, while alone on the premises, Mrs. Banks went about her usual routine of securing the outside doors and various ground floor rooms before heading upstairs. As she prepared for bed, she was startled by the sound of footsteps directly above her, as if someone were walking through the roof space. Shortly after, a door in the front part of the hotel slammed shut with great force, echoing in the wing where Jim Sparks had discovered the hidden room just a week prior. Not long after, Duncan Poyser, the head chef, also encountered strange occurrences while alone in the building at night. Like John Hines and Lydia Dawson before him, Poyser retired to one of the second-floor bedrooms shortly after 1 o'clock. As he lay on his back attempting to fall asleep, he suddenly felt a heavy weight pressing down on his legs, as though an invisible person was sitting at the foot of the bed. Despite his efforts to sit up, Poyser found himself immobilized, unable to escape the unseen force that pinned him down against the mattress. With a tremendous struggle, he managed to twist his body sideways, and as the sinister pressure lifted, he found himself sprawled on the floor beside the bed. Shaken by the experience, Poyser switched on the lights and thoroughly searched the room, but there was no explanation for what had just occurred. The appearance of the weeping woman, surrounded by an eerie aura, seemed to coincide with the discovery of the hidden attic room. However, her true identity remains a mystery. One theory suggests that the tormented figure who appeared before the terrified Lydia Dawson was Mary Brooks, the sorrowful wife of John Thomas Brooks, the son of the man who built Flitwick Manor. John Brooks passed away in 1858, and his wife outlived him by 2 decades. Throughout that time, she never recovered from the loss of their daughter Mary Ann, and remained in constant grief. It is possible that this profound sadness somehow became imprinted on the very fabric of the house where she spent countless unhappy days after her husband's death. This psychic residue might have been disturbed over 100 years later by Jim Sparks and his team of builders. Another theory suggests that the ghost could be that of a former housekeeper employed by the Lyle family, who was dismissed under suspicion of poisoning one of the Lyle children. Interestingly, her room in the roof space of the manor house was the same one that was opened up many years later, long after her departure from the estate. During the Lyle's residency at Flitwick, the house had gained a local reputation for being haunted, particularly due to reports of unseen individuals knocking on bedroom doors. Regardless of the true origins of the weeping woman at Flitwick Manor, her appearance as a haunting and disturbing apparition was short-lived. After an initial surge of activity, the phenomena quickly subsided, although some paranormal investigators still consider the building to be haunted. The house continues to function as a hotel, and a mysterious attic room has been transformed into a guest bedroom known as Room 12. Odd incidents are occasionally reported, such as sightings of an old woman downstairs during events with live bands, and unexpected flickering of lights inside the house. In his book, Paranormal Bedfordshire, from 2008, local researcher Damien Odell presents evidence of 2 additional female apparitions that have been witnessed at Flitwick in recent times: a small child and a servant girl. Their origins, like that of the sorrowful weeping woman, remain shrouded in mystery. And so ends the tale of the weeping woman of Flitwick Manor. I hope you found it entertaining, and if you did, please subscribe, like, and maybe leave a comment down below. I thank you for joining me, my friend, and look forward to sitting with you again very soon.